You're in the kitchen with Megan and Tiana.
You are back in the kitchen with Megan and Tiana.
And today we are making something extremely easy. Or not. It's oxtail with rice and peas.
This is not by choice. This is actually per request of today's taste tester. I don't even know what an ox is.
And I assume the person who will be test tasting later has a lot of faith in us to give us
Or hates us.
Or that. So let's get started. And all of its content. Okay.
All right. Tiana's being a little melodramatic.
Let's figure it out.
No, this one says, hold on, half a teaspoon equals approximately 1 clove of garlic. I have a chopper.
That'll work.
It's gonna have to. Should we do some extra and make it extra garlicky?
Yeah, because our potatoes had no flavor, so we might as well just make this one like extra flavor.
All right, I'll put in an extra one and like maybe some of the juices.
I just got ginger in my eye.
Are you okay?
And I can't reopen, so I'm just gonna have to do it like this.
Do we need an emergency eye wash station?
What's wrong with me? This whole time. Which knife do you want me to use? This ginormous one that looks very dangerous? Okay.
One that chefs would use, and that's what we are. You did that on the counter?
No, of course not.
You just poured a whole lot of stuff on my foot.
Oh no, that was the regular pepper. That's definitely
Okay.
olive oil. Don't worry, I didn't put it in there, I just prepped it. No big deal. And then we place it in a pressure cooker.
We don't, what? We don't have that.
I think the oven is the same thing.
That doesn't sound anything the same.
Are we supposed to wash the meat?
Does that only apply to chicken?
I don't know.
Well, we didn't wash the chicken.
If it's part of the recipe, you should have said it.
It should!
They say, you know what's funny on the recipe, fun fact? They said that even though it's called rice and peas, it's actually rice and beans. That's it for the fact. I have a replacement for gungo beans.
Black-eyed peas? That's not the same at all.
Well, there was a few beans listed, okay? There was fava beans, or fava beans. I don't know how to pronounce that.
So you went with black-eyed peas? You thought that was a good substitute?
Who doesn't like black-eyed peas? It's
A lot of people that aren't Southern or from New York that are taste testers.
I bet you won't even realize.
I think anybody that eats oxtail probably knows how it's supposed to be done. But that's none of my business.
Okay. Can you eat these like this?
Yeah. Oh, what? You don't like black-eyed peas? Who doesn't like black-eyed peas? This onion's not gonna get me again. I feel like now that we have some experience that you could just be kind of laid back in the kitchen. You don't have to be so stressed out all the time.
It actually looks pretty good. If you like big fat pieces of meat. That could be inappropriate. Sorry about that. But
It's an ox a bull. Why aren't you telling me?
it has like horns and it's really big. It's like bigger than a cow.
So it's like a bull.
Yeah.
Okay.
People eat ox horns. I made that up.
Nobody eats horns of anything. I don't think you can. They're like bone.
I think people eat horns. This is like bone. We're literally cooking a bone.
No.
Well, we need the pressure cooker substitute.
I'll just... I'm adding pressure.
You know you have to do that for 25 minutes.
What if we...
Oh, 1 14-ounce can of coconut milk.
Is this supposed to be chunky?
It's chunky?
This...
Why does it look like that? It's just like spoiled milk.
This is all about
Improvise.
improvising.
I don't think it has to be cooked all the way.
Wouldn't it say that?
You would think, but it also doesn't tell you how to boil rice, so
That's true.
it's ready.
I don't think it's ready, but if you do,
Yeah.
then all right. Well, so much for waiting.
But it actually tastes the season very well. He just plans to suck on it, then we're gold.
2 cups long grain rice. We used an entire bag.
How much is the bag?
Entire package.
Is 5 cups. Rice for everyone!
Tiana! Why didn't you look at
Why
that?
is it so watery then?
Because everything is wrong about it. Just everything is so wrong.
On the bottom, the rice feels burnt. Oh.
What does that smell? All right. Hold this and don't let any of the porridge out. No, Tiana, no, not, yeah. You're letting everything out. It stinks like a burnt. I'm not a picky eater. That was literally the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth.
Today as our test taster, I'm very excited to introduce Craig Henderson. He is my boyfriend and also the creator of Ibby, which is an inspirational character. Check him out, www.ibbyworld.com.
I can't wait to taste it and indulge. She knows it's one of my favorite meals. You can't mess this up. Like, this is it. This determines us, really. All right. Well, presentation is at all-time 0. I suppose I would use this to season it. This is lighter fluid. I don't know what this is. It looks like ant legs. It looks like glue. This looks like camel placenta chunk. I'm afraid to eat this. Like, this is not even sanitary. This looks like elbows. I don't know. It looks like broken elbows. Oh my God, it's still living. It's supposed to be brown. This is fuchsia pink and it's still beating. You know, I don't know how you can mess up rice. It takes 5 minutes. The pea is actually pretty good. I can eat the pea. The seasoning is not that bad. Just when you bite into it, this is bad. Like, this is just bad. This is an all-time worst meal. Look at this. There's no letter on the alphabet that can explain the atrocity here.
You are back in the kitchen with Megan and Tiana. A few things. Number one, we got a lot of heat about the rice, taking 5 minutes. It doesn't take 5 minutes, that's instant rice. We didn't have instant rice. We made 10 pounds of rice, but it took 25 minutes. And second of all, I'm just a little confused how someone that has this positivity movement could be just so cruel and harsh.
I mean, come on.
He didn't even try it. I'm sorry, I don't even feel defeated. I just felt angry.
It's okay, Megan. It's okay. Okay, so here's the thing. Oxtail is like the hardest thing in the earth to cook.
Because people don't eat that.
So
They just don't.
For that to be the meal that you think that 2 people who just recently cooked macaroni and cheese for the first time in their life could probably make, I don't know how that would equate to, oh, maybe they should make oxtail.
And rice and peas that aren't peas.
You know what we should have made as dessert? Creme brulee. Because everybody can make that, right? You just torch.
This was a setup.
This was a setup.
We were a sacrificial lamb.
I feel like it was destined.
She's mean. He's a mean girl.
So we got a 0.
I give a 0 for that suggestion.
A 0 is me. A 0 is like, at least, that doesn't even give you effort points.
He called
can
it
you
an
give us a 2?
atrocity.
Can you give us a 2 for effort?
He said it was an atrocity and that there was no letter on the alphabet.
I mean, we've been slaving in the kitchen for 2 hours, because that's how long oxtail takes, just in case you didn't know. We weren't prepared because nobody knew that there was supposed to be a pressure cooker. Because hey, when you say, hey, you know what?
Well,
cook
that's
oxtail.
our
Oh yeah,
fault.
by the way, you'll need a pressure cooker.
Well-
That's probably 2 things that should go together
Well,
in a
that's kind of
conversation.
our fault because it was in the recipe. And we didn't know.
Whose
that
team are
was-
you on? Really? Whose team are you on?
But I will say that we also got a lot of heat for the meat and what it looked like. Tiana bought what said oxtail.
It said
That's
oxtail.
not her fault. So you know what? We don't count this as a loss because this was stupid. So we're gonna come back with something that is actually practical and reasonable and that we stand a chance in executing.
Right, something that people actually eat on a normal
Right.
basis.
And I can tell you who won't be a tester again.
I actually feel more empowered. I feel more empowered than I started with today. So maybe that's how inspiration works. Maybe inspiration works is they tell you how terrible you
They
are.
just cut
so
you
that
down.
You get so motivated to do better the next time that you invite that same test taster back with the same
No.
exact meal,
Right.
and you say, haha.
I think maybe you're right. That's how inspiration or motivation works. And the only chance you have is to just rebuild yourself.
And that's what we're rebuilding. We're rebuilding. You're now leaving the kitchen with Megan and Tiana, and we're angry.
Bye.
We'll be back.